Hello. I know that the thumbnail is showing me in Finland with flowers in my hair, looking like I'm ready for sunshine, but I'm actually home. Um, the weather's actually taking a turn. It was raining this morning a lot, and now it's taking a bit of a turn. Sun's coming out. Hopefully, the rest of the day it will be, much, much better out here. Um, I am definitely looking forward to this live. It's probably going to be a quick live. I just wanted to do a little bit of a recap of Finland and some of the things I did there. If you've been following along with the vlogs, which I have about two or three more to go, you know that I just came back from Finland in, I'm going to say, end of June. And so I just wanted to recap some of the things I did. I went out there with Book Bag Tours, which is a company that supports educators and teaching professionals who want to go abroad and learn more about education programs in other countries. It's wash day. Don't mind my hair. Who want to go abroad and learn about other education programs. And the place I wanted to visit again for the third time was Finland. You know how they say third time's a charm? Well, this was definitely a charm. I had an amazing time. Went with such an amazing group of people. It was women from all over, and I mean all over, like Australia, Texas, Midwest, like people were coming from everywhere, California. So I think it was amazing to connect with people from different places, learn about their, educational strategies, their tools that they're using in their own classrooms, and just think about ways that I can continue to improve on my practice, which is, I think, as an educator, what we all strive to do. But that's enough of the teaching. Let's get on to the travel. So the travel was amazing. I mean, what can I say? Like the travel was beyond my wildest dreams. I love traveling. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I can say that being able to visit Finland for the third time, really explore things on more of a local level was really important to me. And I felt like I was so welcomed and learned so much about the people, the culture, the food. Definitely tried different things than I did last time. We had different experiences than we did, in previous experiences going to Finland. Like this time we went to a midsummer festival. We'd never been there that long, where we were able to experience what midsummer was like in Finland. And that was really fun. As you see in the thumbnail, I've got flowers in my hair and, looking cute. Um Something I did want to add was definitely how Helsinki empties out when it gets hot. People are heading to their summer houses, which I thought was rather interesting. So it was a lot more, I mean, Helsinki's quiet regardless, but it was a lot more quiet than I anticipated. But it was great to just be able to walk around the city, see different restaurants, see different people. People were in such a good mood and so happy. And we really didn't see people dressed up in like midsummer, flowers in the hair thing until we got to Lona, which is where they were doing the festival. And, there were some ladies with flowers in their hair. And it was just such a beautiful experience to have to see and witness. And I think it just opens up your eyes to what life looks like in other places. And I encourage not only teachers, but all people, especially Black women, to get out there and travel, see the world. I know more and more of us are doing that. But I think it's important for us to not just go to the usual spots, Italy, England, France. Spain even, which I love Spain. Even there, it's important to go to other places and visit, Eastern Europe, visit Nordic countries, right? Like Iceland is a wonderful place to visit, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, even Estonia, which caught me by surprise. I was definitely not expecting um, to like Estonia. I'm gonna be honest. But it was an eye-opening experience. I mean, Estonia is a vibe. Like, I never knew it was like a college town like that or a college city. And I mean, Estonia is definitely a vibe. Tallinn is a vibe. If you're looking to get your graduate degree, recommend. Um, it is a great, place to kind of get out of your comfort zone, right? Although in the city center, people are speaking English, I think it's great for you to get out there and meet and connect with people who don't speak your language, and perhaps you can learn a new language. And that could be an experience that you can come home with that you never thought that you would have had before. So, highly recommend coming out of your comfort zone, seeing places that, will make you think, and just places that will make you feel different, whether it's different, in a good way that makes you feel enlightened and make you feel like you are learning things and you're growing as an individual. Definitely try to come out of your comfort zone and see the things that are waiting for you out there. Definitely open to visiting Estonia again in the future, shockingly. Um, Definitely opening up to visiting, Estonia again. Tallinn was very, very nice. We actually took the ferry from Helsinki to Tallinn, and that was really fun. It wasn't like the overnight ferry that I did previously, going from Helsinki to Stockholm. Like, this one was just a couple hours, but just like the ferry that goes to Stockholm, I mean, this is not a ferry, it's a cruise ship. You got your casino, you got your buffet, you got your stores, you got your cafes. I mean, they pull out the red carpet when it comes to transportation. So that was a really nice experience. Something else, I know there were some questions. I put out a notice on Instagram for people who had questions. And I know there was some curiosity about prices and about what educational tourism like actually means, and like how do you get in contact with people, what companies offer these things. You can learn more about it in my podcast. If you go to my podcast episodes, you can definitely learn more about it there. But in a nutshell, there are several companies who offer educational tourism, and the price can range. If you're working in higher education or in public school, you can get a portion of it reimbursed to you if you have PD money, which is professional development money. And this will help you to, be able to travel to another country, learn about another country's education system, their their work, their culture, their people. It's just a great way to really connect with other people and kind of open up your network in a lot of ways. And I've definitely expanded my network over the 3 times I've gone to Finland, and I definitely encourage people who are nervous about travel, who are like, I don't know, I'm a little bit on the fence about going abroad. I think educational tourism is a great start for you. I'm not saying to like make it the be all to end all as far as you going abroad and just going abroad that way, but it's a start. It's a great way for you, if you're nervous about going, by yourself, this is a great way to go because you're going with other people. You don't have to spend the entire time with them, but you have opportunities to kind of go off on your own and do your own little thing. But if you're a little bit nervous and you want to be able to go with other people, this is a great way to do that because you have, whether it's people who you're going with that you've collected collectively, come together from your own school district or your own program, which is what happened the first 2 times I went to Finland. You can also have an opportunity where you're going with complete strangers, which is what happened to me this time around. And in all honesty, this was an amazing experience, right? Like, I love the people I work with, I love the experiences that I've had with them going to Finland, but being able to go with complete strangers and be able to learn about new people and connect and network and really, get in there. It was really amazing. And in all honesty, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. It's definitely something that I would do again. I know some of the ladies were like, "Hey, Kenya, Kenya, Kenya for next year." And I'm like, Kenya sounds really good for next year. But I think it's great to look into companies like Book Bag or EF. They're companies that I've gone on trips with and I've had a great time. So highly, highly recommend looking into this. A little bit more on the recap. We were able to do some professional development, which was amazing. Learned so, so much about different strategies that we can use in our own classrooms here in the US. And I think it's important for teachers to not only take opportunities like this as, hey, I'm going to go do some PD and, learn about schools abroad, but use it as an opportunity to really network and connect with teachers on the other side of the world who can really give you some insight into things that you can do in your own classroom environment and how you can really support your students, right? Because our job is not just to make sure our children are learning, it's to make sure that they are getting all that they need, right? Making sure that you're supporting the whole child and giving your students all the things that they need socially, emotionally, cognitively, literacy wise, physical wise. And I feel like a lot of what the Finnish education system has to offer is to look at the child as a whole, right? And making sure that they're getting all the things that they need, not just being able to do academics, right? You can read, you can do math, but what are those things that make you a good person, right? Looking at those social emotional development skills. So this is definitely a great way to kick off being able to learn more about teaching abroad. Um, if you're interested, right? Like, we visited some schools and I was like, this definitely looks like a place I would like to work in. So it's something that can make you open up your eyes to what teaching abroad looks like, right? And what these experiences might be like for you, right? Maybe you want to take a sabbatical from your own teaching job to try out teaching in another place, or maybe volunteering in another classroom abroad or shadowing another teacher abroad, right? This is a great starter for you to kind of move in that direction. And I know for me, I've learned a lot and have learned a lot about forest schools, but also learned a lot about schools that are not looked at as, hey, they're the most wealthy schools, but these children are getting all the things that every other child is getting, which I find so different than the education system in the US, where it's like, if you're in a wealthy area, here are all the resources. If you're in an area that's not so wealthy, maybe you're not getting everything that you really need. And it's great to see in Finland that they're trying their best to give everyone that equity. And I find that to be an amazing thing to see and something that we can, bring back with us to talk to our own, school communities about, or our legislators about, to really encourage them to think about what's happening with our children and, in the classroom, and how we can really make our money stretch to give our children all the things that they need. So gave you a little bit of the education, gave you a little bit of the travel. That's what I'm here for. If you're looking to, go abroad, teach online, you love teaching, but travel is also your passion. That's what I'm here for, right? I'm going to give you a little bit of both and everything else in between, right? So if you are down to keep following this channel, remember to subscribe. I'm trying to go live more and more and more. This is probably the longest live I've ever done. I mean, my house is quiet, so I'm going to take advantage. But it's definitely going to be moving in a different direction. I'm going to be doing more vlogs, more lives, more content. Just making sure that I'm putting out a lot of things that I've talked, about with friends and family, but things that I want to be able to share with the community here on YouTube. So it's been great. I will see you next time. Bye.